James here, J&E Farms. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully some people pick up. If not, you can watch it later. Just thought I'd share some updates this morning. Um, we had storms moving towards us last night and threat of rain, so we locked the ewes up last night and had a couple surprises this morning when we got out to feed. Lots of new lambs, as you can see. They're popping out everywhere. So um, the 11th ewe in the Texel flock lamb this morning. I don't know what the 4-H Katahdin flock is at, but I'd suspect there's only one or two ewes there left to lamb. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you can comment, let me know who's here. Appreciate it. This big strapping baby boy I had to bring into the world this morning. His mother is a maiden ewe, first time lambing ewe, and she was tired and he was stuck. So she had a really tight cervix dilation, was not full, so fully dilated. So we had to kind of help her along. But yep, good morning, guys. To see, thank you. But yes, he is a big baby out of this small maiden ewe, so not uncommon in a single to be quite robust and large. So the first ewe that was stuck, that couldn't come through because of size. This ewe and these two lambs, the lambs were not positioned correctly when they were born. Had two of those this year that was odd. So these guys had both back to back, had front legs back behind them, so we're locked up. The first one, we got it fixed, got it out. She started the second one and it came out head first. They should come out with two front feet first. So knew there was a problem when the second twin came. So went back in and helped her. This ewe had a C-section, and she's always lambed on her own for us here. But when we went into feel of her, she had tried to lamb all night long, and the next day, the next morning we came out, and all you could feel was a tail, and her cervix had started to close up around the lamb. So we couldn't manipulate the lamb. We couldn't get anything out. So this is, what happened? C-section. So, but saved two nice, healthy boys. So, and the mama's well and good, up doing fine. The surprise of the morning. I brought the ewes all in last night. Due to the threat of thunderstorms. We can get some torrential rains or have all winter, and I didn't want to take the chance on these lambing ewes having to do that outside in pouring rain. So come down this morning to feed, and lo and behold, well, I actually got up through the night last night, about 2:30 this morning, 3 o'clock. Came down here to check everybody, make sure there was no problems, and there weren't. Everyone's laying down, no one lambing. So went back, got in bed about 7:30 this morning when we come down to feed. This ewe was laying out in front of the gate with her bouncing baby boy, 13.5-pound ram, whom she had sometime yesterday evening. She didn't come in with the flock. I had no idea. We went and searched. No signs that where she had lambed. So I have no clue. But everything works out great. Nice, big, healthy single lamb. So out of the 11 ewes, only 3 have had singles. the rest have had twins. So, pretty good. But yeah, I like mamas like that. They in nature, the deer do that. They go hide somewhere, have the baby, hide the baby, go back and check on it. And she may have had this baby yesterday morning, late morning or afternoon, and hit him. His navel's dry, so he's some hours old. He wasn't fresh this morning. Um, I don't know, and she might have went back to him before time to come in last night. Hey, here. And yeah, that was all. That wasn't her lamb, so they're very particular with the other lambs trying to nurse. They won't allow that to happen. He's back with his mama where he belongs. But yeah, the ewe went off and did things the way they're supposed to. And brought the little lamb back this morning, so there he is. All good and well. So yeah, we were pleased to see that. She's worth her weight in gold. That's what you want. Strong mothering instincts, good hardiness. We don't have to do much with the ewes, so. And 13.5 pound birth weight. He's not a light lamb. He's a pretty good sized lamb. So yeah, all these ewes here, when the ewes come in to eat tonight, they'll go back together out to the pasture with everyone else and that are out. The ewes back here still will stay a day or so more and then go back out soon in the next day or two. So we like to keep them up. Allows us to make sure the lambs are nursing, the mother's going to milk, doesn't have mastitis or any other problems, and that she's not going to fall ill. And it's so hard to catch them when they're in the pasture, even when they're not feeling well. So that just makes my job easier. Could they do it out on their own? They have. We haven't always had this set up here in this little shed. The first couple of years we had the sheep here, they had to just kind of rough it out on the pastures and in the snow and in the weather. So that was hard on us, though, being out with them and checking on them. And if we needed to assist a ewe or to do something, you're out in the elements with them. So this is easier on me. Not necessarily easier on the sheep, but easier on me. So this is the way we do it now. But yeah, they go right back soon, back out onto the pasture. Not much grass yet. It's working on it. We've got pasture. Kind of show you. This is the field they stay in. And back behind there, you see the green where the trailers are all parked. Those pastures are all coming along. They're about 3.5, some places 4 inches in grass. So in the next 2 weeks, that will really start to take off when we get into about mid-April and start getting some 50-degree nights and upper 70s during the day. So our grass will really shoot up and bloom. And they'll go be transferred out to where there's grazing for them and off the hay. Right now they're just on dry hay. There's nothing in here to eat. They're out there. You can see a few ewes yonder. They're scrounging and picking some little tidbits that come up through the night. Grass trying to start, and they be sure that they're there in the morning to get the new growth, and they pick it back down clean. So we always, when we get all the lambs on the ground and we've got good grass, we move them each year. out to the other pastures. And then when this catches up closer to weaning time, and this is deep 8, 9, 10-inch grass depth in this field, we'll bring them back. And we'll be able to sort the lambs here in the shed at weaning time. So. Sorry about the video. I cannot get this to... There we go. Now. It is peaceful here. We've got 35 acres on top of this ridge. And no neighbors that you can see. So we're kind of secluded. There's farms that surround us in vast acreage. So no subdivisions, anything like that border us. So we're in Tennessee. We're in the northeastern portion of Tennessee, where Kentucky and Virginia and Tennessee, all 3 states, meet and border. So we've got a cold front moving in. Tomorrow night's supposed to be a low of 24, 23, 24, something like that. So we've got many of the started plants out on the patio at the cabin on the deck. And we got to get those moved in tomorrow. They get another day. It's 70. It's in the low 70s here, 71, 72 today, which is one of the warmest days we've had yet this spring. So hopefully we don't have many more cool snaps and we can start getting stuff out. I've got raspberry canes and 2 grape vines that are ready to go out. In fact, the raspberries are already blooming and they're in gallon pots. So they're ready to go out, but we'll see yet. We may plant them after this freeze and just cover them if we get another frosty night like that. Got potatoes. We're going to put the rest of the potatoes in the ground today. It's finally dry enough. We're just doing them on top of the soil, covering with a deep bed of straw. Or rye hay is what I use this year. And it's the Ruth Stout method. So, never done them that way. It's an experiment, but watched many other people do it that way. So, yeah, it is. Yeah, that's cool for you in California, isn't it? This time of year, you should be warm. What part of California are you in? What portion of the state? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I understand that. So the 33U gets the prize for the year. She gets the Good Mother Award for the year. Big surprise. we would go outside and walk, but it is really, really windy. That front is moving in, and I mean the wind is. I'm sure you can hear it rattling the tin on the barn, but it's miserable. And I know that if we get out there, it's going to be terrible on the audio. So we'll stay close. I need to do an update on the garden plants out in the garden. I put the brassicas all out and some lettuce, and 3 days later, I go back and check on things, and the rabbits have devoured the lettuce down to the ground level. They ate all the new growth off the lettuce. So I'm not sure that it will recover. You bet. Thank you. God bless you. Yep, I don't know that it's going to recover. We'll see. We will see. We may have to replant lettuce. I may just broadcast some lettuce out there and see if it'll come up. I'm thinking of fencing, or trapping the rabbits and relocating the little stinkers. You can't find them during the day. They burrow up, hide. But at night, there's a whole army that gathers in on my garden this year. So we didn't have that trouble last year, but I didn't plant a whole lot of things we didn't have any lettuce last year, things that they would chew on, and most of the plants were big that we put in, except for the seeds that we planted in the ground, and they didn't really mess with it. So of course that garden, it was the first year in that location, and maybe they didn't find it, but boy did they ever find it this year. Wowee geez. They didn't mess with my brassicas though so far. The spinach, the broccoli, the cabbage, all seems to be surviving the rabbit invasion. So don't really know how we're going to handle that yet. That's to be determined. To be determined. Well, that's an update, and doesn't look like. Get a drink, little lads. Get a drink. Get a drink. There. Full belly's much better. So, it doesn't look like anyone else has signed on. I'm going to jump off here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up. Leave us some comments if you come on later on. We may try to do another live tonight and sit down and chat with the J and the E of J&E Farms. If I can get the E still long enough. So, okay guys, thanks for tuning in.